Hi everybody, welcome in this new episode of Juno Live. I hope you are doing well and have a good start of the week. And yeah, as always, if you have any question, just ping me during the stream. Otherwise, let's begin. Before we jump in the code and we continue what we have done last few weeks, I wanted to just give you an update on internet identity, which we are using for the authentication. As you know, we were always using the domain internetcomputer.org, right? And that's not necessarily the same passkey as if you use IC0.app. But I don't know if you saw that post on the forum recently where Lawrence was explaining that there was a way to have a compatibility in internet identity between those two domains, and this was implemented, proposed, and the proposal has just been executed, which means that in the future, or probably just after this call, I will change this login screen and we will just have one single button, probably a troubleshooting call to action. But regardless if you are using internetcomputer.org or IC0.app, you will be able to sign in with just the same call to action, and that goes for your apps too. Means that it never gonna matters anymore. I think there are some limitations, like if you have saved your passkey in a password manager and this kind of things, but for most users, then the issue does not happen anymore. So that's great news. So I will update the sign up and then I will post a message on Discord and OpenChat, right? Cool. So that's a good way to start the week. So now that we have discussed this, let's continue our ICP-to-Cycle swaps that we want to build on cycle.swatch. So if we go back to the application, is that what we had? No. So I used another browser. That's what Nether. That's not my day. What do we have here? So let me sign in. And I guess no, that's the right one. Cycle.watch. Okay. Yeah, we are already there. Anyway, so what we have implemented so far is on the front end, we are interacting with a wallet. We ask for an approval. Looks like what we have done last week was not saved here for some reason. No idea why. And what we want to do is the part where we do the serverless function, right? So if we look at our code, we are able to request the approval, right? But then nothing happens. I mean, once the approval is done, nothing happens. And that's what we discussed last week, is we want to implement the request to the backend and effectively do the swap. Wait, I know it that this is not up to date anymore. Anyway, so what we want to do is we want to do this, but we want to do that a bit more, I don't know. Let's say let's detail it. So when we are at the point where we are good, we have interacted with the wallet and the user has approved, we need to trigger a function. All right, so to implement this locally, we need those serverless functions because now we are gonna do something in the backend. So to do so on Juno, what we're gonna do is we're gonna extract the satellites. Okay, right, and when I have that, then I think I already showed that in some other stream, we can start building our own serverless function. So here I will just build, because since it's Rust, it will take a bit of time. And here what we're gonna do is we don't gonna need all the hooks. I guess we just gonna use setDoc. So to clean all this function, because when you eject, it gives you all the function as the default, but we really just need that one. So what we're gonna do is here we say version equals this. We don't want the default features, but we only want on set. Okay, so that here we can do a bit of cleanup. Yes, that way it's a bit lighter, right? Okay, there. Super. And here I will do, I will format the code. Okay. So at this point, what we have done, we have just do what's defined in the documentation, which means function, life cycle, and it's the first step where we initialize our extension of the satellites, right? Okay. So if the build is finished, alright, we are good. I just gonna ignore the target file because otherwise I've got too many changes. Target. Alright, and here you see that's all the files that are generated automatically by the CLI. So let's do a commit. Alright, so we have the approval. Now we need to tell the backend that we want to effectively use that approval to exchange ICP for cycles. There is two ways to do that. One way is we just expose a new endpoint. For example, in our function here, we could do, say, like for example, I don't know, like exchange ICP for cycles, and this would mean that in our front end, then we would have to go where we have the approve here, and then call that function, right, and so on and so on, and then have the bindings, even if they are generated automatically. But then it also means that we don't have at this point really like a guard on this. It's like everybody gonna be able to call this function. So that's a trade-off. And the other one is also at some points we probably also gonna want to save an information for the caller to say, hey, this is my request, that request failed, or did it succeed, right? So what I suggest that we do instead of doing that is that we use the built-in data store of Juno, right? And we're gonna create a collection request. That way we can say, can I zoom out here? Yeah. So here what we're gonna do is, that's the wallet, that's the ledger. So I'm gonna move this here, there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add let's say that's the satellites, right? And in these satellites, we're gonna save a request, a document, like create request which gonna equals to set a document. And when we do so, then we have saved for the users the entry, and this one will respond, okay, your request is saved, and at the same time this one will code itself to start the process. That way it's not the front end that does the call, but himself. Okay, so on the local environment, to create a file, I'm gonna need Docker to start the environment, and here I will start my local emulator. And when I do so, it will tell me that I need a configuration. So I will say yes, I want to create that file, and yes, I want to create this one. So here you see, I go the file that configure Docker and what port should be exposed, and this file is the one that we're gonna use to create a collection. So what we want to have, so here we go to that and what we want to create, we want to create, I said, a collection request, right? So the collection gonna be named request. We gonna give the privileges manage, which means that me, the controller, and the user can read that. Likewise for write. At this point, the mutation will be things and oh yeah, and we're gonna create this in stable memory, and oopla, and here I will okay, and if everything okay, it's already configured, so we are good. No, it's doing it. Oh. Okay, so now we want to make a request, so we're gonna need so here we do the approve, right? It's probably better if we do that not in that component but in a service. So let's do a bit of refactoring. That will be cleaner, otherwise that component gonna become really big. So let's create, we already have a wallet service, so export const approve and request. Okay, and this one gonna make an approve. Okay, yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so to do the approve, we need the user amount and the balance, balance params. Here I create an interface that way I don't have to type 20 times the same things. And here we're gonna do this, and we take the user amount and the balance, and this one actually I'm gonna move it here. Okay, and then what do we need? The token amount. The token amount is here, and the token amount is this. So what we're gonna do is here like this, but mandatory. And what we need the wallet. So the wallet is of this type. So tac. Right, and what do we need? We need the account, and the account is this. Yeah. There is a bit of duplication, huh? But account, right here. So here we are. Was not the correct account? CRC account. Type principal is not assigned to string. Interesting. And why is that? Because here I have it. So okay, it's maybe just a type then. So, and here it's an IC account from this. Okay, and I guess here I have the incorrect type. Exactly. Okay. So here we're gonna call that doesn't matter. Okay, let's do like that. So here we want the principal is not assigned to type string because this one is a principal, and here we want this, so we're gonna do a toText. That's easier. Okay. So here, if everything is fine, we're gonna do add approve, and here we're gonna put rest. We're gonna pass the rest, and that should do, right? Or what's missing? Okay, so rest and the token amount. Did I miss something? Omit user amount and balance. User amount and balance. Am I drunk or what? We need token amount. Ah, I'm stupid. Sorry for that. All right, and what we want to do probably is here, do we throw a toast or something? No, huh? But here there is a toast. All right, so what we're gonna do is here we're gonna return if the function succeed or not, and here the success is false, and here the success gonna be true. And what we're gonna add is we're gonna wrap a try catch, return if it succeed or not, and we also gonna toast if there is an error. Okay, and good. So now in this one we can remove all this, and here we can call, I was a bit fast, wait, and here we pass, what do we pass? Balance, user amount, account, and wallet. And the account should be the ICRC account, which is this one. Great. And here, and if you want to be precise, doesn't really matter, huh? But yes. All right. So we just refactored a bit the code because it's more, it's a bit more clean. And now, so here I will commit that. So refactor, extract, service. All right, and back to the our new collection. We say we want to save a request, right? So in the service, after the approve, if that approve works, we want to make the request. Const request swap. Let's call it like that, and we do async. Okay, and to make this, we gonna save a document in the collection request, and then we need some data. All right, or not data, a doc which contains the doc collection doc. Yes, we need to create a document. So the document will need a key and some data. All right, it's doc and unknown, so we need to define what's unknown. So let's go to types and canister cycles. Let's call it Datastore maybe. And here we're gonna have an interface for the request data. And I guess we want to have like a status, which is like requested or initial submitted, maybe submitted, executed, failed. Like that's the request the user do. If the swap succeed, we say swapped. Is that the word? Yeah, swapped. And failed if it fails. Yeah, maybe. So here we're gonna do that. We're gonna import the document. And we need a key. So for the key, I never remember, it's like crypto. Oh la la. Crypto something. Crypto random. Yes, crypto random UUID. Okay. So we need a random key, and for the data, we want the status submitted. Okay. And here we submit the document. Right. Cool. And here. There. Okay. So we do the approve. Stuff come back. Or even like this. And we moved here, and then we do the set document that comes, and this one should kicks the satellites. And when it kicks the satellites, it means that it should kick this onSetDoc, right? And here we only want to kick it when our collection is requested. So I'm gonna do that. I mean, it's like I don't want this serverless function to start when a user is created. I just want to start when something is done in that collection, right? So here, And here we're gonna do, let's just add a print. There is a new request for now, okay? And of course here we're gonna have to implement stuff. To implement ICP-cycle swap, keep track of the request, update status accordingly. All right, cool. So backend is running. All right. I don't remember which. But actually, that's a good point. Here, it's a particular use case. We are not using the dev environment. We are using that Juno stuff. All right. So I forgot about that. So here, using the Juno dev start and the Juno dev config is the standard way to develop when you develop your app. But now, to implement the swap here, we actually want to use the main things. So I'm gonna commit this because that's fine. Create implement request. However, what I'm gonna do is I will revert those two files here. Because we are not using this environment, we are using my whole environment here. So I start Juno locally and I start the Juno console. Okay. Tac. So now here I'm gonna have Juno locally. Okay, right. You see, I already started working on the new sign-in screen. Anyway, so I sign in. Maybe actually let's create a new developer. I had to clean my old state, that's why we have to create a new satellite. Okay, so we're gonna call it, so that's gonna be cycles.watch local. Okay, so doesn't matter. So this ID here will be our wrong project. Here will be our, where was I? This. Okay. So for development, we're gonna use this one. Local development satellite ID, create, and I will just create an, no, we can use the same, I guess. Yeah. Or maybe we create another one. Yeah, so I just gonna copy my wallet ID here and I will transfer some ICP and I will create like a demo satellite. And here we start the cycle.watch. Now on this port Okay, I sign in. And we're gonna add a canister. So I go to this one here that we just created. I add myself as an administrator. And I add this. That way in the application we're gonna be able to read the amount. Okay. Did I click add or not? Ah! Sorry. So in this works out. The only thing that is not configured, we should configure actually cycle.watch. So here we need to create the collection settings. And the collection NNS canister ID. And here now. All right. Okay, so here I'm monitoring this one. Great. So now what we want to do is this code is already running because it's front end, right? So what we want to do is create the collection to save those requests. So what we do is here we're gonna go to store collection, and here we create that collection. What was it called? Request. And yes. All right, so that's created, so we are good on that side. And now what we're gonna need is the wallet. So I go to the wallet here, and I should have shelved the Juno Live. Yes. So here I'm gonna create. I start the wallet, right? This one. Okay. So let's say I want to make a request to top up that canister with the wallet. So here I sign in, but that wallet doesn't have cycles, so I need to get some ICP, sorry. I approve. We are connected. Okay, so here I want to make this. Okay, when I click approve, what will happen is once it will assert the value, then it will make the approve to the ledger, and then it will request the swap. So I should end up with a document in the Datastore. So here, okay, and it failed. So that's good. At least something happened. So approve on request, blah blah blah. What did happen? Custom, promise. Where did it happen? Okay. So why? Okay, let's put some console log. It's not supposed to print this error in the console log. Nothing like a console log, right? So close this. Gonna move this here. It's gonna be a bit easier. All right. So This is missing, but that's not our issue. All right, so let's connect again. And we ask for 2. You see, it's like, I'm not sure it has fetched the root key or something like that, but it doesn't eat the proper configuration. So I think that's some configuration that we have to do. Init satellites, where it's, we don't do that somewhere here. So container, what do we have? Is that correct? Sounds alright, right? I think so. And satellites ID, what do we have? AO. Sorry, Juno. Yeah. AO, which sounds alright, I think, right? Yes, that's the one here. So sounds alright to me. So why is he still eating? Something wrong here when it does the... Let's try again. Maybe it's the approve that fails actually. Okay, do we have the... No, so tac connect. Okay. That's the one that doesn't work. It's not the satellite. So that's because here I probably forgot as usual some configuration. Why is that alright? Yes, sounds alright. Sounds about alright. What is he doing again? I love developing. Why is it going to 4943 where we have nowhere 4943? 4943 4943. What's that? But that doesn't matter. I guess no, that should not matter. Should I? Ah, but wait, I have updated Agent.js today. I love it. I absolutely love it. So we are in the wallet. That doesn't matter because we are using this one, and we are using the ICP wallet, right? And in the ICP wallet, we have the wallet here. We give, that's our request, that's the ledger ID, and that's the relying party request option. That just need the timeout, the request, and so on, so that's not the issue. Okay, let's put a breakpoint here before I get absolutely crazy. Here should fetch root key, should be true if localhost. So here we're gonna have const localhost, and should fetch root key local replica URL. Okay, yeah, I really like to debug stuff with the foundation while I'm doing this. Anyway. All right, so let's try again because that's even more beautiful. That might be our issue, right? I guess. But yeah, maybe not. Anyway. Do we have, where was I? So, once again, what? What? So it's failing even before, which is kind of... So it's failing on the request. Let's put the same here, and here we're gonna have the host. Okay. Wow. So here I'm gonna build again. Okay, and here. Let's hope that it picked up the thing. So we do again. Okay. So here we have the correct. We are using localhost and we want to use should it be an IP? No, come on. That would be but here kind of wait. 4983. Where does he take that? 4983. It's nowhere. And here. What? Yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna need to debug the Aussie wallet signer package to see why I cannot use it anymore, which is weird since the end-to-end testing got running, but yeah, that's probably another question. So yeah, I'm gonna do that after the call, and we're gonna continue next week. So where we stand is we are here, right? So for some reason this is not working locally anymore. I can even have what the fuck. And once this is done, this is gonna work, that's done, and this is where we're gonna end next week. Alright, so that's live coding. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. So thanks for joining today's calls. If you have any question, ping me, and once I fix that, I will implement the new sign-in flow, and I will drop a message in our channel. Have a good week. Bye bye.